Yeah, as soon as I start the bike in my driveway, the adventure begins. It's the same for me just about every time. I start the bike, get my music all set where I want. When I've got that done, it's time to take off. As soon as I leave my house, within moments, I am already in the twists and turns. I love it because every time I set out on my Low Rider ST, there's a feeling of euphoria and exhilaration. It is really exciting to ride this motorcycle. When I'm on my Low Rider ST, I can feel the vibration of the bike. I can hear the 2-in-1 that I have blasting behind me. It really does make you feel like you're on a Harley Davidson motorcycle. This bike is really just incredible. You ride it, your senses are heightened, you can feel the wind, you can smell different scents in the air. You can feel the temperature change as you go from sunshine to shade and the dips in the roads and that type of thing. You can really feel your environment on the Low Rider ST. You know, I love Harley Davidson motorcycles. I love riding a Harley Davidson, and specifically this Low Rider ST, this Harley Davidson, it does. It just puts me in a state of calmness for sure. I love it. There's not a lot of motorcycles like it out on the road. There we go. You know, I bought my Low Rider ST in August of 22 from White Lightning Harley Davidson, and I mean, as soon as I saw the motorcycle, I knew I had to have it. This is just one of those soft tails that just everything about it appealed to me. And since I've owned this motorcycle for almost a couple of years now, thought I'd make this video, provide a little bit of feedback and information for you guys if you're considering the Low Rider ST. I've owned a Road King, a Street Glide, and now a Road Glide. So how does the fairing and the wind deflection of the Low Rider ST keep up with the big baggers? In a word, exceptional. Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The fairing on the Low Rider ST is just one of the best, if not the best out there, if you ask me. So you compare it to the other baggers. I mean, the Road King, of course, you've got the big windshield in front of you, but this fairing, in my opinion, is so much better than the Street Glide. It's not quite as good as the Road Glide, but for such a smaller bike, man, it compares very, very nicely. But you feel like you are in this little cocoon on this motorcycle, like in this bubble, and all the wind is just scooping out and going all the way around you. You can really tell that Harley Davidson put a ton of research and development into this bike, specifically on the fairing, and man, it pays off. How comfortable is the Low Rider ST? There are many factors to consider, but let's start with seating position. Mid controls with pegs are going to be included from the factory, but I ditched those pretty quick and put in some mini floorboards. You may also want to consider updating the handlebars or risers to something that fits your body frame. Once I did those things and then added a Harley Sundowner seat, I was all set. The Low Rider ST currently comes with a Milwaukee 8 117, and trust me, you are going to notice and feel the difference right from the start. I don't mind admitting it to you, this is one of the reasons why I love this motorcycle so much. When you get this bike out on the road, all you need is just a quick twist of the throttle and you will take off. It is so much fun. Okay, real talk right here. Now, I know the big bore kits, the 135s, the 131, horsepower, torque, all that stuff is very much in right now. And if that's you, I totally get it. I really do. It's super cool. But the question is, do you really need it on the Low Rider ST? Absolutely not. You do not need any additional power. If you want to get it, that is perfectly fine. But straight out of the box, a stock motor, the stock 117 on this Low Rider ST is going to do you plenty good. I think with me, I'm the typical type of rider. I'm not an aggressive rider, I'm not a fast rider, and I definitely have not tapped this 117 for all that it's got. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about this Low Rider ST. For the Low Rider ST in 2024, there hasn't been many changes since the first release in 2022. For this year, you do have the option of Billiard Gray. That's going to come in at no charge. Vivid Black for an additional $550. And Red Rock for $750. The motorcycle produces 125 foot-pounds of torque and offers around 103 horsepower. For rider safety, both ABS and traction control are included. You know, I really do love this bike, and I plan to hang on to it for years to come. It's one of these motorcycles that if you've had a hard day, you head out for a ride after about 30 minutes and you are yourself again. It is an exceptional motorcycle, and if you're looking for a primary bike, a secondary bike, or maybe your very first Harley Davidson, you just cannot go wrong with a Low Rider ST. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it very much. We'll see you guys in the next one.